This thing is not working on my iPad. Why is that? The Wi-Fi is not working on a iPad. It's always something with technology. Nobody's watching me either, so what's the point? I think I'm live. I should be live. Alright, let's see if this works now. Here we go. Hey, Quentin. How's the image, Quentin? And Jim. How you doing, Jim? On Ramble Lens? Hey, be quiet. Alright, I can see the comments over here. How's the image quality? Is this top notch? Or is it fuzzy? Looks great. Alright, cool. Alright. How's everybody doing? I haven't done a live video in a while. And been kind of, yeah, so I figured today is the day I could do a Sunday night. It's raining. I can do a video for a little bit. I have until 9 o'clock, so I can't go more than an hour this time. So hopefully I can wrap everything up in an hour. But the way I talk, it could be hard. I don't know. We'll see. Greg Watkins, how you doing, Greg? Bruce Davids, hi. How are you doing? I'm doing good, Bruce. Thank you. So kind of cool today. I got my hoodie on. So it is what it is. Some days are hot, some days are cool. Just got to go with the flow. Just go with the flow. Talking about flow, I don't even need my vent on because I don't need that flow. It's perfect in here. Bruce says, I really love all your videos. Thank you very much, Bruce. I really appreciate it. Try to do the best I can. Sometimes it's better than others. So, Antique Hippies, we will be here till 10. Your 10 o'clock might be my 9 o'clock. So there you go. Where's Gail and Bill? Where's that? Where are you, without disclosing specific locations? What state are you in? You're probably not in Florida because it's getting hot, but probably somewhere else. I'm sure you're somewhere else. Duh. Bruce is in Portland, Oregon. In New Hampshire. All right. How's the weather up there? Probably cooler than down here, but it's probably better to be a little bit cool right now than really hot and muggy, and I'm not looking forward to those days really, because I have to live in here, and sometimes I'm in here and it's over 100 degrees, and it's stuffy. So, but I got a friend of mine in Minnesota. I'm not going to say his name, but he installed a 12-volt air conditioner in his van. It's something that I had looked a few years back, but it was still in a production phase. It's one of those, what do you call it? One of those, what is it called? I can't remember. It's one of those productions that they advertise and then you pay for the unit, but you don't get it until they actually build it. It's not a GoFundMe, it's something different. I forget the name. But it was in that kind of production at the time, and I'm like, this looks promising, but I'm not getting it. So when I met with this person, one of my subscribers, he told me that he got one of those 12-volt units. So I told him, hey, listen, buddy, you're going to be my guinea pig. You go ahead. Did he buy it? Either he had it or he was going to buy it. Maybe I think he was going to buy it. That's why I told him, you go right ahead, buddy. You buy it. Be my guinea pig, and if it works, you just let me know, and then I'll get one for me. So I'm hoping that you can make it work. I mean, the thing works. Can you imagine having a 12-volt air conditioner in a van? I mean, for me at least, because I can't run away from the summer. I have to work in the summer. So, and it's hot, like I said, and humid in New Jersey. So, if I had something just to take the edge off, a little bit, the edge off of the humidity, I don't even care about the heat, just humidity. I mean, that would be excellent. So, I don't think that the unit is cheap, but I think it's well worth the money and the investment. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he's listening, and hopefully he's already using it. Let me see at the comments real quick. Chef Mags says hi from Atlanta. How you doing, Chef Mags? Antique Hippies, you sold the house. Congratulations. So now all you have is the RV, right? So now you're just going to be traveling full time in the RV. That's pretty cool. For those of you that don't know, Antique Hippies, Bill and Gail, met with me and Lydia a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, when we did a meetup in Florida for 3 days. So we had a great time, and hopefully we can do it again. We weren't able to do it this year. Not going to happen. I apologize. There were things out of our control that happened. We couldn't do it, but we're going to try to do it next year. So it's not a promise. It's just a hope that we can do it. Nick Q says hello from the UK. Hi, Nick. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. Tony J, hi from Houston, from H-Town, Texas. Houston, Texas. I'm assuming it's Houston, H-Town. Brian GT101, hi Lewis. How you doing, Brian? Bill and Gail says that the weather sucks in New Hampshire. Well, you were up north, it's next to Canada. Yeah. A Kickstarter. Ramble Lance just reminded me. Yeah, it was a Kickstarter. The EC was in a Kickstarter thing, and I don't, you hear so many bad things about those things, that people take the money and then they don't produce anything, and you can't get the money back. So when those things are actually available for sale, then I can buy one. But Mike Bios. Hey Lewis, how you doing, Mike? Don Waters. Hey, long time no see. On live? Yes, it's been a while. Been busy, and just didn't have the time. What are you gonna do? When you don't have the time, you don't have the time. Tony J, happy Cinco de Mayo. I don't celebrate any Cinco de Mayos. 4th of July, yes. Full-time house, gun, truck, gun, motorcycle for sale. Hey everybody, if you live in New Hampshire or around New Hampshire, Bill and Gail have a motorcycle for sale. So there you go, Bill and Gail. Just contact me and I'll contact Bill and Gail. So if you live around New Hampshire, they just said they sold the house, sold the truck, have a motorcycle for sale. So I'm not going to buy it, because if I bought the motorcycle, I might as well also buy a plot in the cemetery, because probably the two, yeah, they would go together. Because if you haven't seen the video that I did a couple of years ago, I got on a scooter, and well, needless to say that it wasn't pretty. So I don't think I'm going to get a bike. I'm going to get a bike anytime soon. Mike is in Mike Bios or Bios, Central Illinois. I've driven through there, Mike, quite a few times. What about Bob? Blessings, brother. Blessings back to you. Shalom. Land driver. Hey, from Central Florida. Central Florida. Not far from, yep, Central Florida. South Jersey Ray. What's going on, buddy? You're back to work. I'm not back to work yet. It's going to happen at some point, but not yet. So, Rambling Van Man. Good evening, Lewis. Good evening, Rambling. How are you? How's everybody? If I didn't get to you. William Hunt. Hello from Seattle. First time seeing you live. It's not the first time for me, though. Yeah. I've done it quite a few times. If you see my videos that I did live in the past, and you pretend that I'm live, then I guess it wouldn't work, right? It wouldn't work. Watch later. Thumbs up. Land driver, up a few miles away, about 20 miles. About 20. Well, you don't know where I am. Edgy, okay, I'm here now. We can start the party. All right, let's start ignoring Ed. Ed, I forgot about your text. You texted me and I was busy, and then I could return it, and then I completely forgot about it. So, didn't try to ignore you, but now I am. Minivan Mike. Hello, everyone. Lewis, you too. Hi, Minivan Mike. How are you? And I've reached the end of the comments. Oh, wow. I'm ahead of the game here. Ahead of the game. So how's everybody doing? I know I haven't done a live video in a while, and you probably haven't missed anything. I mean, what are you going to miss? You've seen me once. You've seen me 1,000 times. You've seen me in the other videos. I didn't ask you anything. Did I ask Siri anything?
Here are some videos of the other I found on the web. Take a look.
I didn't ask you for anything. What do you mean I found on the web? She's losing it. I said nothing to her. Is this working? Well, it's a little bit chilly tonight, and why? How come this doesn't have the latest comments that I see over here? Oh, okay, I see them now. So it's just a little chilly. Just to take the edge off, because I'm used to the Florida weather now, and I used to make fun of Lydia. Lydia, she'd be talking to me on the phone before I went down there for the first time, and she'd be like, "Oh, it's chilly, it's freezing." I'm like, "What's the weather?" "Oh, it's like 65," and I'll be like, 65. She's cold. I'm like, that's perfect weather. Then I go down there, I get used to the weather, right? So then it gets down to 65, and I'm like, ooh, it's cold, it's freezing. Payback, buddy. Don Water says AI is creepy. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say anything. Did I say anything to Siri? I didn't say, hey, Siri, or anything.
Sorry, Luis Fernandez. I don't really know.
You know, you have a big mouth. She has a big mouth. Tony J. Uh, Greg Watkins says, I like your store. We'll have to order something this week. Oh, thank you. Well, look, I didn't say anything about the store. I just made a video about it. I haven't mentioned anything. I have had a lot of people that over the years, they want me to print shirts. They want me to print sweatshirts, coffee mugs, this and that. And I just haven't had the time. I just can't do that, and then it's a lot of handling for me. Then I gotta have these things printed, then I gotta store them in here, and I live in a van. I just don't have room for that. So I had Robert Putz, very kind subscriber. We talked. He contacted me. We talked. He decided he was going to do a design for me, and he did the wonderful design that you see as my new logo and the logo in the store that I have, the design. So once he did that, now I had something nice that I could use. At the same time, there's this company that partners with YouTube that that you can link your channel to this company, Teespring, or Teespring, and that was, that came about the same time. Robert finished the design. I realized Teespring was available with YouTube, and it was easy. I can just go in there, do the design, because I have to do each item individually, and then just set it up. And they do everything for me. When somebody orders something, they will print it in the each one individually. Of course, they don't do a mass printing of anything, and then they'll ship it to you. And I just set it up so I have a really tiny profit. I didn't want to have a huge profit because I'm not going to get rich off of this. But I figured if I'm going to sell it, at least I'll make a little bit of something. So there you go. I mean, I'm not expecting to become rich off of this. I'm not expecting for anyone to buy anything. Nobody is required to buy anything. But if you want to, you can. Buy 1, 2, 3, 5. Buy the whole thing if you want. But you're not required to buy anything. It's there for the people who want to buy, not for those that don't want to buy. So if you watch my videos and you don't want to buy, nobody's forcing you to buy it. If you want to buy it, nobody's forcing you to do it, to buy it or not to buy it. So it's out of your own free will. And if you do it, I appreciate it very much. And if you don't, I still appreciate you watching my videos. That's it. All right, so Lynn Driver is heading to Western North Carolina at the end of the month. Up in the mountains, right? That's in the mountains, I think. Ramble Lance, I spent 6 years in my van when working, coming home on the weekends. Now that I'm working close to home, I occasionally miss the solemnity I had at night in the van. Do you get that one in Florida? I'm not sure I understand what you mean. The van is my home, so that's where my home is. So wherever I go, there my home is. I don't know if you mean if I miss New Jersey. Of course I don't miss New Jersey. Who misses New Jersey? These amazing places says, Lewis, I moved from Ohio to Florida almost 2 years ago. I'm now cold if it's below 75 degrees. It's funny how you get used to the weather and all of a sudden it's, like right now it's 50 in here, but outside it's in the 70s, but inside my van it's 50. but I feel chill. Before I went to Florida for the first time, 50, I would have been like, all right, let's go swim. It's so funny. William Hunt, can I see a coffee mug if you have one around? I don't have anyone or any. I haven't ordered anything. You have to go to the store, and you have to. I have two stores now. I'm building a second one. I think I'm not sure because my devices are all connected. So when I go there, I can see the second store that I'm building, but I'm not sure if you can see that. So if any of you is kind enough to just go on the store and see if you are able to see both the one I made a few days ago and now the second one that I'm beginning to build. I don't know if you can see both or not. I think you can, but I'm not sure. Antique Hippies is waiting for a rant. There's no rant. I don't rant. Do I rant? I don't rant. I never rant. Why would I rant? It's not me. Unless I have to rant, then it's me. Oh, they bought a new motorhome. Bill and Gail bought a new motorhome. They no longer have the one they had, even though you have no idea what they had before. But that's cool. Very good. Lynn Driver is going to the Smoky Mountains. Yeehaw! Subscriber of mine, Jerry Minchie, a book writer. Talk about books. I got his book and I haven't done a review yet. Oh. Sorry, Jerry, if you watch this, I apologize. First, I didn't get the email quite a while after he sent it to me because I got a lot of emails and then his book came out and then I was busy. Then I got the book and then I forgot to do. I haven't done a review. Sorry, Jerry. My bad. I'll try to get to it as soon as possible. Don't hold your breath though. I'll try. Where was I at? I forgot. Why did I bring up the books? I have no idea. Kevin Mark, you need to pass by New Orleans, man. I have never been to New Orleans, never been to New Orleans. Trying to think, Mississippi? No, it's not Mississippi. It's Louisiana. Never been to Louisiana. Never been to Mississippi yet. So I gotta go to Mississippi. I gotta go Louisiana, Oklahoma, Texas. I haven't been there yet. Arkansas. Haven't been there yet. Gotta go to Arkansas. Antique Hippie says, we spent the night in Milford, PA after buying our 1999. Is that the new one you have, the 1999 Tiffin? Or is it the other one? I'm very familiar with Milford. That's where my P.O. box is. Lynn Driver says, Florida heat's a killer for me. Florida heat is a killer for me. That's why I go to North Carolina for the summer. Yeah, a lot of people, Jerry included, Jerry Minchie, the writer. Check out his books on Amazon, Jerry Minchie. He's got quite a few books on RVing and stuff like that. He goes to the Smoky Mountains, I think, because it's high altitude and it's quite cool in the summer. So, or cooler than other elevations. So pretty cool. Sandra Wheeler, Lewis, I only saw the Teespring site from the link, and no old stickers, just the new ones. What are you talking about, Sandra? What 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 do you mean no old stickers? Um, which stickers, Sandra? Sandra, you're scaring me here. Don't tell me I erased the other store. Because I only... What older merchandise, Sandra? This is where you're not explaining yourself. You're not explaining yourself, Sandra. What older merchandise? My older my older sticker that I had, that I used to have, the older one with the four of us. Is that what you're talking about? Because I don't have that there. If that's what you're talking about, I only have the new logo, the merchandise with the new logo, and then I created a new store with a different logo. We'll have to go there and look and see it. So that's all I've done so far. So please tell me that that's what you saw. She's not saying nothing. Sandra? Jim Spat says it's love bug season. I don't know what that means, Jim. Jim, you gotta explain yourself, Jim. I don't know what that means. La Sorcia Gilad says, yo, Lewis. How you doing, Mike? Magna 700. Hello, Lewis. Watch all your videos. We are leaving Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, for our trip back to Michigan for the summer, then back to Florida. Leaving Truth or Consequences? What is that, a town? I thought that was like a book or something else. There's a town in New Mexico called Truth and Consequences? Really? Truth or Consequences? I didn't know that. That would be a good video to make, in Truth or Consequences. That's wow. Greg Watkins, New Orleans is interesting. I went with my wife 2 years before she passed last year. Fun trip. Well, sorry about your wife, Greg. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I don't know if I want to go to New Orleans per se, but I like to drive and stay in Louisiana, at least a little bit. But I'm not crazy about big towns, I just, unless I go with Lidia and she wants to go to New Orleans, then then the lady wins. So. Okay, the new stuff that I did, Sandra, I think it takes a few hours or a day or two to be approved by YouTube or something. So it may not be available for a few days. So. Vicky Line traveling. I probably missed it, but are you going back to work up north? Yes, I will be back to work way too soon, but unfortunately, it's going to have to happen. Unfortunately, I got to make a living. I got bills to pay, so unless everybody watching and all my 13,000 subscribers want to send me a small donation of $1,000, small, tiny, thousand small dollars, then I can retire right now. But I don't foresee that happening, so I have to go back to work. Georgie Boy says hello. How you doing, Georgie? I'm staying out of that, Bill and Gail. My lips are sealed. Robert Potts, the man of the hour, the man who created my logo. Good evening, Lewis. Good to see you here live. Robert, thank you very much again. If you folks have not seen my logo, so let me show you the logo that Robert created. I should have it here somewhere. Uh, okay, so it's like like that, but it's you can see me in there. Look at that. So this is a PNG file. So it's Oops, that is not it. Where did it go? Oh, he ran away. Okay, oh, right here. So if you haven't seen it yet, this is the wonderful design that Robert Putz did for me. He did an excellent work. Took him a lot of time to do this, so at least more than an hour or two, right, Robert? Just kidding. Took him a lot of time. So, okay, so what am I gonna? So here's a design. This is the new design that I'm making on the store. Okay, so this is not, I didn't really, I mean, I designed these letters. I created these letters many years ago on the block shirt that you see me wear. And I've had a lot of people over the years ask me where did I buy it and where could they get one. Well, they couldn't get one and they couldn't buy one because I created it myself. So I decided to recreate what I did and put it on different items on the store. So this is going to be under a different storefront. This is why I was asking Sandra if she could see this storefront in there. It might not be in there yet because it might still be going through the approval period. And I just did this. I did a couple items. I didn't do everything yet, but I'm going to do everything, and then it's up to you folks if you want to get it or not. But so I just did this about a couple hours ago, so it's probably not up yet. But yeah, so here's a close-up of what I have on my shirt. You see me wear that shirt. So, oops. No, Siri, I'm not asking you anything. Darn it. I was just showing the folks. So it's like this. Well, it's going to be like that. But so if it's on a black shirt, that's how it's going to look. Like that. So anyway, that's what I've been up to. Let me go back to the comments, see what I missed. Tim White, how do you live in a van in the summer? The same way I live in a van in the winter, except I'm a lot hotter in here. So I just do it. I have my vents. I turn on my fan, and as long as I have air circulation in here, look, you know, during the day when it's like 90 plus degrees and humidity, 100% humid, sometimes I even come in here. If I'm tired and I don't feel like I like going anywhere, I just go and take a shower and I come in here and I just take a nap or do something and I just do it. You know, it's hot, but I just do it. But a lot of times I don't feel like being in here when it's really hot, so I go somewhere where it's cool for a couple hours until it's like 8, 9 o'clock at night. And then I come in here and I find my place to go to sleep for the night. And I just sleep. I mean, it's hot, but I'm used to it. I just do it. And a lot of times I have a curtain that I put over here from ceiling to right at the edge of my bed. So it covers the whole side of my van. So from wall to wall, and from the ceiling to about a few inches above my bed. And what that does is it forces the air that comes from these small vents, it forces the air underneath the curtain over me and then out the vent. And the air current going over my body is enough to keep me cool. So believe it or not, even when it's like 90 plus degrees and humid, that's almost enough to keep me comfortable. But this is now going to be this 5 years now living in a van. So I began in around May, I think, April, I think around May of 2014. So we are in 2019 in May. So it's been 5 years that I've been living in my van. This is going to be my fifth summer, and obviously I've been doing it. So, and it's not for everybody. If you don't like the heat, you may not like living in a van in the summer with no AC. If you don't like humidity, this may not be for you. But if you don't have to work, you can go where it's cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. So you always have that choice. But if you don't have the choice like me and you have to work, then you just have to put up with it, and that, you know, that's it. Ed G is asking if I take checks. Yes, Ed, send me the checks. Well, you're still gonna have to pay Teesprings with a credit card, but you can send me any check you want. I'll take it. Yes, Andrew, you probably can only see one site because I just created the other store a couple hours ago, so it may take a while for that to be approved. And then once it's approved, it's probably going to be, you'll probably be able to see it. I don't know how YouTube shows it on below the video, but it's going to be there. You may have to click around it. On top might be something, a box or something that you click on, and then it drops down with a menu, and then you pick the second store. I don't know how it works because all my devices are connected, so when I go there, it goes to the part where I can edit and do stuff. So I don't know how it works. Bishop 819. You're wearing grunt. Yes, indeed. Robert Potts says, I'm looking forward to doing more. You have a fun channel. I'll definitely be buying some merch. Well, Robert, what can I tell you? I can't force you not to buy merch. But you did such a great design and you put so much effort into it. And I'm so grateful. And, you know, if anyone watches this video, I have a video that I did about the stickers. I have a link in there to Robert. He's available if any one of you is doing YouTube or some other form of social media entertainment. Is this entertainment? This is information, right? This is informative. I guess maybe it's entertainment. But if anyone is on any one of you is on social media of any kind, and you need a logo, contact Robert. And I can give him his email right now. It's robertputz@yahoo.com. See, I know it from memory. Did I say it right, Robert? I think I did. Robert says hello. How you doing, Robert? This is a different Robert, not the other Robert. Edgy says, I notice you're not mirrored anymore. Yes, YouTube changed it a while back. If you go back a few of my live videos, you'll see that the image is the right way again. So that was not me and nothing I did. I think it was just with YouTube. So yeah, that was a little bit of an annoying seeing everything backwards, but now it seems to be okay. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah, it's the shirt, and then it has a little saying underneath, and and then I might do other ones. You know, I might just I'll create other stuff. You know, I don't want to give Robert just the all the credit. I want to get some credit for myself too. I want to create my own designs and stuff. This is going to be a whole new label. People from all over the world will be buying my merchandise. I can see the dough now. Or maybe not. Uh, Man, that was a quick dream. It just like that. It was extinguished so quick. Anyway, uh, Kali Hope, good to see you on live chat again. Thank you, Kali. Colombia, Colombia is always changing the name. Now it's Colombia at PSL. When are you and Lydia getting married? You'll be the first to know. We'll give you a call, send the invitation. You'll be the first to know. Patriot77. Lewis! Patriot! Bishop 819. I've watched from the beginning and part of why I moved into I've watched from the beginning and part of why I moved into a S travel trailer. What's it now? Small travel trailer? I do construction, so me tools are in my truck. Summers are hot and you deal. Where's your twin at? I don't have a twin. I do have employees that work for me. One is in the basement, two of them are in the second floor. So, yeah, I don't have a twin. Kali Hope says, I'm currently on a cross country trip in my truck camper. All right. I've done that. I want to do it again. Go around the country again. Maybe next winter, Lydia and I will be able to do it. This year it was just crazy where we weren't able to, but maybe we are hoping maybe next year. You never know. Maybe we can do it again. Maybe we'll stop, go out west, go to different places. You know, I don't know. As we'll have to see. It depends on the weather too. So that's going to be. It's going to affect how far north we can go. I know we can go west, for the most part, but yeah, it depends. I lost my spot. Where am I? Robert says need bandanas. I don't pick what they have. They everything they had. I did everything. I did everything that they had. I put the logo on everything that they had. So even stuff that probably nobody will ever get, but everything they had, I put my logo on. So if they ever get bandanas and other stuff, I'll keep adding to the new stuff. But so far, no bandanas. Kelly Giddens. Howdy, Lewis. How you doing, Kelly? Denny Feliz or Feliz? Is that Portuguese? It says, love your channel. Thank you very much, Denny. That looks like a Portuguese name, but I could be mistaken. But you let me know, Denny. Kali Hope, I'm visiting family on the East Coast, currently in stormy Delaware. Why, there's a storm that's raining in Delaware too? That's cool, Greg. Very glad you at least had some great years together. All right, what time is it? Uh, eight. Okay, I got a few more minutes. Any questions, anybody? I mean, I've done all the talking so far. I mean, I always do all the talking so far. Unfortunately, nobody else can. It would be cool if there was a way for the YouTube Live to have like a number. Let's say YouTube provided a number, like a number that's only good for that live video. What do you folks think? Wouldn't this be great if YouTube provided a number that I could link with my, um, well, something that would link with my phone, because I'm doing this with my phone, right? So if the number could link with my, or through YouTube, okay, forget about my phone, through YouTube, so that when you call that number, okay, and like I said, that number would only, okay, YouTube, if you are listening, if you're watching, pay attention. Okay, so suppose YouTube provides these numbers. Okay, I guess they would have to provide so many numbers, but I think it's possible. You do a live video, so okay, so let's start all over again. So YouTube provides this number. I do a live video. I of all the information I put in there, I tell YouTube that I want to receive live calls. So now I click that option. When I go live, right, I can have the option of begin to accept calls, and also the option of, if somebody is rude, to hang up on that person. So, and then that person will speak through, let's say, through my phone. I can hear the person talking through the phone. The person's voice is also recorded, so if you are watching this later, you can you can hear the interaction, and you can hear the interaction live at the same time also. So I think that would be a great feature, because now I have all of you folks, and not just for me, for all the other channels, because now not only you could comment, but you could call. I guess if a lot of people were calling, you would have to be waiting a long time, but at least somebody would get through, and then you can have an interaction live. I think that would be great. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think that would be a great feature to have. I don't know. Anyway, let me see. Uh, Bishop 8, where do you see yourself in 5 years, sir? Oh, first of all, you don't have to call me sir. Where do I see myself in 5 years? I have no idea. Um, First of all, I'm not God, so I cannot predict the future. And anyone that says 5 years from now I'm going to be here or there or anywhere is lying to you, or is foolish. I could say that I have ideas. 5 years from now, I'm thinking, I'm hoping, God willing, I can do this or that. But if you don't know how life works, then you don't know anything, because life never works the way we plan it. So I can't plan I can think about it. I can do some planning, but I'm not going to say uh, emphatically that I'm going to be here or there in 5 years, because those are God's plans, and I'm not God. I don't know the future. But yeah, so I have no idea. Uh, Hopefully, I'm still with Lydia. We are together, and by then I'll be retired. Hopefully, God willing. I mean, I plan on retiring sooner than that. Hopefully, so we'll be able to travel um, cross country and doing other stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't say that. I never liked saying stuff like that, because, like I said, you don't know the future. You don't know where you're going to be a minute from now, much less 5 minutes, 5 years from now. So Yeah, it's all in God's hands. If God allows me to still be alive, then I might still be living in some kind of vehicle. So I don't know. Denny Feliz is Portuguese. I knew it because the last name is not Spanish, and Feliz means happy. So Denny Happy, uh, Denny Feliz, and Danny is Portuguese. Danny is what's Danny in Portuguese? Daniel. So that's what the name is. So um, very true, Colombia. Those are true words, not from the Bible, but it's okay. Robert says, "That's okay. I'm or a couple shirts. I don't know what that means. I'm in or a couple shirts. Um, get a couple shirts." Vicky Lynn traveling. Okay, I guess I can't ask, but how are the kids? My kids are good. Lydia's kid is good, so all the kids are good. Why can't you ask? Of course you can ask. You can ask anything you want. I don't have to answer. You folks can ask anything you want. I don't have to answer everything. But if I can answer, of course I will answer truthfully to the best of my ability. So, kids are good. Um, my son, very proud of him. Straight A boy. He's like dad. I'm very sorry, but the lowest grade I got was a 95. And I'm like, darn it, kid. Couldn't you do any better? Why? So ashamed of you. I did say something like that, but he knew I was kidding. Like, Daddy, come on. I know. But he's doing great. Elyse also doing great. And yeah, so my daughter's going to be 18 soon. She's going to be an adult. So very proud of her. Very proud of my kids. Very proud of Christian too. So they're all doing good. Um, Collie Hope says there was an F2 tornado here a few weeks ago. Tore up some houses, but no one seriously injured. F2 tornado. Well, where was that? I forgot where you said you were. Collie Hope. Oh, Delaware. Oh. Um, did I hear? I think I heard about that. Yeah, I think I heard about that on the news. Yeah. Greg says, not before Greg, Bishop, you're talking about something like Skype or on conference. Well, yeah, but not on Skype, with YouTube itself. So when I do a live video, or anybody else for that matter that does videos, so when I do the live video, I have the option of turning on the live calls, and then YouTube randomly, right? So every time I do a live video, it's going to be a different number, okay? And that number will not work unless it's for that particular purpose. So random number, the number shows up here on the screen. Everybody can seize it. Anybody can call. I have the ability to accept the call, hang up the call, and then move on to the next call whenever I'm ready. So that would be great to have. Because right now, instead of typing the question, you could just ask me live. I think that would be great. Or I could just give out. I could get a number. I can get like another phone, have a number, and then I could give that number out just for when I do the live videos. And then when I'm not using the phone, I could turn the phone off so I'm not getting calls all the time. But that might be a little bit more iffy. But Greg Watkins, Lewis, if you get married, will you put it on YouTube Just wondering, hint, hint. I think so. I mean, yeah, or maybe you'll just know after the fact. I don't know. I have no idea because marriage to people, so you may not know it until months, years down the line. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would mention anything. I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm not sure. Uh, Sandra says, I love the idea. YouTube number, so all live chat. They should they should have that feature. I know, Sandra. I think they should listen to this video and or see the video and then listen to what I'm saying and have that as a feature. I think that would be great. I don't know about the technicalities of all that. I mean, you got to imagine there's thousands and thousands and thousands. I don't want to say millions, but maybe millions of YouTubers. So at least thousands and thousands. So imagine everybody that goes live having a number. But of course, not everybody's going to go live at the same time. Not everybody does live videos. So, but it would be interesting. It would be an interesting feature. Antique Hippies asks, is this a high production video? It's always a high production video, but this is a slightly less than high production because I don't have all my employees filming me from different angles. I have none of that right now. It's just me and the camera. So it's still high production, but not as high production as the high production that I produce when I do high production. I don't know if you understand that, but yeah. Anyway, North Star Great Danes. Hello, Lewis! Did you get tornadoes up there too? We had big damage in Dade City. Making video now. No tornadoes, Dade. No. No. Shh. Keep it down a little bit. No tornadoes. No. Tomorrow we'll have videos up, says North Star Great Danes. You don't have to scream. Just keep it out like an even tone. Shh. These amazing places. You have had a steady stream connection on this video. Are you still using Verizon? I'm still using Verizon, but I'm happy to report that this video is coming through you through my Jeff Attack Wi-Fi repeater. Here's the button. This one turns it on. Right now it's on. I'm capturing Wi-Fi, bringing it in here, repeating it, and voila. Perfect video. Probably as soon as I say that, this thing will freeze. All right. So, Denny Felice, are you a Christian? I don't know what gave you that idea, but you should watch my videos. Yes, indeed I am. Neil Simpson, if you suddenly came into a large sum of money, what would you you missed an R there. You're trying to trick me. What would your next rig be, or would you keep the van? If I had a sum of money, how big a sum of money? If I had enough money to buy another vehicle. Yeah, because I have plans for the future when I retire or semi-retire, but hopefully when I retire. Well, but now with Lidia, it's different because I have to think of not one person but two people. So if we are still together and and we travel together, then I would need something big enough for two of us. So a van probably would not be feasible. If it was just for me, I would definitely get something that I can stand up and something, a little bigger, a little longer. I don't know what that would be. Maybe a high top van or a boxed van or something similar, or even a schoolie. Um, a lot of people are doing schoolies, and I think they're great because the buses are meant to. They're like rugged. They can hold a lot of weight, and if they get scratched, they get scratched. I mean, I would just put some heavy duty paint on it, or like the rhino lining. Put that on the thing, and no worries about getting scratched. That thing will last forever. So yeah, I mean that could be a possibility. So definitely something that I can stand up in. The reason I got this van was because when I was ready to buy, I realized that the Sprinter was not the best option for me, even though all my dreaming for 2 years, since 2012 until 2014, when I bought this van, all my dreaming, all my planning, and when I say dreaming, I literally would go to bed at night thinking of how I would design the van. Just dreaming, falling asleep, dreaming about it, and I would wake up thinking about it, and everything was based on the size of the Sprinter. But when I went to buy a van, I realized that the Sprinter was not the right van. Lots of maintenance, very costly, and not as reliable as some people would think. Even though some people great um, have had great vans and they've been very reliable. Sorry about that. My alarm went off. I have to go soon, but uh, so this I realized that the Sprinter was not for me. I even waited for the Ford Transit to come out, but I waited and it wasn't coming out. So I bought the best van that I thought I could buy at the time, and that's this van. I wish I had the extended version, because that's what I wanted to buy when I went to the dealership. The dealer didn't have one. Then they gave me a good price on this one, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll take it. So, but in retrospective, I would have bought the extended van because the extra 20 inches means a lot when you live in a small space. Uh, and then, of course, a few months after I bought this van, the Transit came out. Retrospective, I'm glad I didn't buy the Transit because the year one vehicle, any vehicle that's first year, always has issues. And the Transit had a lot of issues. And the year two also had issues. So maybe now they're getting better. But definitely in the future, I can see myself in something that I can stand up in when I don't need something like this to be stealthy. Once I retire and I don't have to be in one place for too long, I don't care about being stealthy or not. That's out the door. I mean, I'll try to stay low key, but being stealthy is not important anymore. So, or being very stealthy. Of course, you're going to give yourself away one way or another, but and of course, I'm not going to go outside some Walmart, take baths or something like some people do. Some people go there and they take a bath outside. I think that's silly. I mean, I don't do stuff like that. But if you stay low key, even if you have a lot of stuff on your van and you're not really stealthy, I think you're okay. So anyway, I went long on that one. Uh, I could have my honeymoon at Walmart. Yeah, why not? You know. Tank, hey bro, loved the preaching video the other day. You spoke the truth about our Lord and Savior. Amen. Thank you very much. I didn't speak nothing. I spoke from God's word, I believe. So I believe I spoke the truth. I didn't lie. So people want to hear the truth. You're free to hear the truth. You don't want to hear the truth, don't hear the truth. One day, sooner or later, you're going to hear the truth. If you want it or not, you're still going to hear it. Because the split second we die, you're going to be in God's presence. And And then the Bible says that one day every knee shall bow. Every knee shall bow and confess that Jesus is Lord and Savior. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you are a Muslim, if you are Jewish and you don't believe in the Messiah, if you are a Buddhist, if you are a Hindu, if you are a Mormon, if you are Jehovah's Witnesses. It doesn't matter who you are. One day you're going to be before God and your knee will bow and you will confess. Even the angels that fell will confess. Even they know that Jesus is Lord and Savior. So it's up to us what we do while we still have breath and live. So North Star Great Dane says, sorry if you hurt your eyes from the caps. I was just teasing you. I was just kidding around. Saved by grace. Yes, indeed. Amen. Sandra says, I will contact YouTube tomorrow about it. Millions, I'm sure, never same number. I used 3 different conference call programs and they all had, and they are all different numbers for every call. Cool. Rhino lining is very heavy. Will affect drivability. What do you mean affect drivability? Oh, because it's so heavy. I don't think it will, Gail or Bill, because if you put it on a bus, those buses are meant to hold a lot of weight, and I don't think the paint is going to be. I mean, it's going to add weight, but I don't think it's going to be that crazy. You know, a few gallons. I mean, even if it's 200 pounds of paint, it's still not a lot. I mean, even 400 pounds of paint, I don't think it's a lot. But I don't think it's going to be that much. Neil Simpson says, I'm looking at a Sprinter up here in Canada, pretty much for fuel economy. Gas prices are way too high up here, almost $5 a gallon. Well, Neil, if you buy a Sprinter, it's up to you. I mean, I can't tell you not to buy one if that's what you want. But I got one friend in Canada, Duncan. He has a channel called Expediting Travels. He had a Sprinter for his business, doing expediting stuff, whatever they do when they expedite stuff. And he says that thing is a headache. It was thousands of dollars in maintenance. It just crazy. You need to go to a certified diesel mechanic anytime you want to have work done on that thing. I mean, I'm sure you can find some obscure mechanic that will say, yeah, sure, I'll work on that. But are they qualified? You know, that's a problem. Do they know what they're doing? I think they're just very expensive. I think reliability is not that great. I think I've heard a lot of stories that they're not really that reliable. But I'm not discouraging you from buying. If you do your research, then I'm sure you do what you want to do. But from my experience and from what I've heard from some people is that it's a money pit. But you heard from me. If you end up buying one and it's a money pit, then I may or may not tell you I told you so. So I hope you do the right decision. I know it's diesel and it may save on fuel, but yeah, it's a toughie. So hopefully you'll make the right decision. Research linings, they totally rust the frame underneath them. It's real scary. Well, I was thinking of using rhino lining or something similar for the paint, not for underneath, but yeah, I've never used that, so I'm not certain. It's just something that I thought, but I'm not certain how that works. Anyway, folks, I have to go. I have to be somewhere in a few minutes, and if I'm not there, I'll be in trouble. So thank you very much for joining me live. Thank you for your support and everything, and just watching. That's fine. You don't have to support anything else. But if you want to buy stuff from the store, go down here, and there's a store link below. And but you don't have to get anything. I'm just kidding. Anyway, wherever you are, doesn't matter where you are. Have a good morning, or a good evening, or a good night, or a good afternoon. It doesn't matter where you are. And I will see you next time on the same channel, same time, same Super Leaf channel. So, don't tell him I said that, because guy is powerful. He's got muscles, and he can fly too. So, good night, everybody.